Hello everyone. I thought I'd do a little refresh of the Parlour Games session that I did on Saturday, and there'll be another Parlour Games session this Saturday coming up at 11 o'clock. But before I do that, I just wanted to say that I hope you're all okay, because it's absolutely unprecedented at the moment. I'm not even sure if I should be coming to work. I'm still coming in. I've decided that I'm going to come in on a Monday morning, a Wednesday morning, and a Friday morning until I'm told that I definitely can't come to work anymore. I kind of feel weird about leaving the house, but I'm still going to pop in because I have no contact with anyone and I'm very careful on my way to and from work. There's still some film coming through the letterbox, and I'm still getting on top of processing and scanning and all that kind of stuff. So please just bear with me, and I'll keep everything going for as long as I can. Colour processing might start to take a little bit longer than usual just because the chemistry goes off if it's not used regularly enough. So what I need to do is save up a bunch of film, put in some new chemistry, process all the film, and then over time that chemistry then depletes again. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, I hope you're all okay. So let's just go over a few of the things that I spoke about last time. So the idea this week is confinement, making work in a small space. You're all confined to your homes, most of you. And you also get that little window in the day where you're able to go out and get some exercise. If you are lucky enough to have a dog, you can also go out and walk your dog, which is amazing. But that tiny environment that's really familiar to you is completely full of amazing things to photograph, and it's just about seeing in a different way, if you don't already. So I'm going to talk about some photographers that I showed in the previous live video. The first photographer that I spoke about was John Blakemore. So I apologise if these are back to front. These are some absolutely beautiful photographs made all in one room. Oh, by the very amazing John Blakemore. Tracing light around the room, just noticing how light affects the room throughout a day, how it moves across. Really beautiful. And think about the tonality of your pictures as well. Try and think about what you're trying to say with your work. It's not just a picture of tulips, there's more than that. God, they're gorgeous, aren't they? So that's John's book. This is John Blakemore's Black and White Photography Workshop. Again, sorry all this stuff is inside out, but that's the way my camera works. And I don't know how to fix it. The next book is Home by Nicholas Nixon. This is an absolutely stunning book. If you've got children, have they got those little lights on, those little glow-in-the-dark stars all over their ceiling? Aren't they beautiful? So, photographing out of your window. Just amazing. Also, it's quite interesting to think about sequencing. So if you're making a sequence of images, think about how they go together. So you have this image of the back garden, out of the window again, and then this image, which I'm presuming is Nicholas Nixon's dog's coat. Isn't that beautiful? Just thinking about how your pictures go together makes such a massive difference. Maybe you could photograph the view out your front door, or your breakfast. Amazing. Home by Nicholas Nixon. I wanted to show you some pictures that I made within a very small space. Kind of going back to John, we were sat in a kitchen at the old Photo Parlour one day, and the Photo Parlour had these horrible old like frosted glass reinforced windows that were all cracked and knackered. And I said, I don't know what to make pictures of, John. And he said, well, you could spend years photographing just in this room. Look at these windows. So I spent a few days photographing the windows. So these are paper negatives made on a 5.4 camera. Nice, huh? Just to see what things look like when they're photographed. Don't be afraid just to make a picture just to see what it looks like. That's the whole point. It's fun. Okay. So some interesting things to play with there. Just think about things in a different way. Think about how you use your camera. You can use any camera. I suggest you use your camera phone if you want to. If you do use film, feel free to send it to me and I'll get it processed and scanned and sent back to you as soon as I possibly can. The next thing I wanted to show you is some work by Emmett Goin. So I'm kind of veering off track a little in that these maybe aren't all at home, but they are photographs. A lot of these are photographs of his family. Just beautiful. Take this opportunity whilst you're around people that you know and love to portrait them. Look how beautiful that photograph is. And if you have your camera phone on you, then you can make pictures all the time, huh? Absolutely amazing. Full of love. Something else that we spoke about was how Emmett Goin used the wrong lens on his camera, which gave him this bizarre vignette. Andrew Sanderson, who I spoke about in the previous live session, and someone I'll speak about in a minute, said that you could achieve this by just putting a tight lens hood on your camera or something. It's quite an interesting way of obscuring things. Just amazing. Okay. Emmett Goin. Okay, Cortez. Andre Cortez. Amazing person. So towards the end of his life, I need to look into this a little bit more. I'm kind of ignorant, but I know that he was pretty much making work from his house. I think it's because his partner was ill. Please let me know if I'm completely wrong. But there's some beautiful pictures in here. My wife and I found the apartment, which I still live in 1952. I take many pictures from my balcony. It looks down onto Washington Square. It's beautiful. Photographs made from the window. Look through your windows. Look how the day and night change things. It's amazing. Look at that. Make pictures. Make lots of pictures. There's also these nice photographs that he did of birds, and they are literally lots of photographs of birds out of windows and stuff like that. You can make a whole series on birds, or any subject you choose to make a series about. For those of you that are able to get out for a little bit of exercise, or you go for a walk, this is Cotton Woods by Robert Adams. So these are photographs in a very small area in Colorado, photographing basically the same trees. These are the same trees. Absolutely stunning photographs. Gorgeous tonal images. I feel like Robert Adams' work has always focused on our effect on the land. And with these, the images tend to get less natural and more modified or destroyed by our presence throughout. Absolutely amazing though. Okay. Cottonwoods by Robert Adams. Beautiful. And the last thing I want to talk about is the work of Andrew Sanderson. So me and Andrew are friends. Andrew's done some workshops here, and one of the workshops he did was hand colouring photographs. So this is a black and white photograph that's been hand coloured. So if you have access to something like a little printer, you know, I encourage you to print your images out, collage them, re-photograph them. Remember that, you know, just because these are a physical thing doesn't mean you can't take your phone and photograph it and then put it onto Instagram for other people to see. But I certainly recommend looking at some of Andrew's work because he always tends to think outside of what's normal. And he also made an amazing book about photographs at home, so it's worth looking that up and seeing if you can find some of those images online. So, make photographs. Make lots of photographs. Use your phone. You can make as many as you want. It doesn't matter if they're throwaway. Some of the ones that you don't think are very important end up being the best. Experiment. And then make sure that if you put your photographs onto Instagram, hashtag Parlour Games, and then make sure that you put out the Photo Parlour on there as well, and I'll see them and I'll share everyone that we get on there. And then maybe on Saturday I can post a bunch of the ones that I really liked on Instagram. So yeah, I guess take care of each other, and I will keep you updated as to what's going on with this place. I'm going to kind of try and get through everything as best I can, and I'll just keep you updated. But yeah, look after each other, stay inside and enjoy this time with your family. You know, make the most of these things, because we all spend so much time working and worrying about everything else that we never get to spend any time with our family. So yeah, try and make the most of it, okay? And look after each other, stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face like I do all the time, and I'll see you on Saturday at 11 o'clock for the next one. Okay, love you, bye!